Hey guys, Hayden here again from Alarm System Store, and today bringing you another PowerG device enrollment video. And today we're going to be going over the motion detectors under the PowerG banner. So today I have the PG9914, PG9984P, PG9974P, and then the PG9862. There is one motion that I'm missing from this lineup, and that is the curtain motion. It's a very rarely used module, just because it actually, instead of covering a wide area like these motions do, it has a very thin directed angle of view, and it's used more for like hallways or, you know, shelving in warehouses, things like that, so it can kind of catch people moving in and out of those areas. However, it's going to follow the same principles as these top three motions that I'm going to be going over here. Out of all five of them, this ceiling motion is actually the only one that enrolls differently. For these three and the curtain motion, they will all have enrollment buttons that you have to use. The ceiling motion is the only one that is enrolled by powering it up. And just so you guys know, I'm not going over any programming today. I am using the IQ Pro because I can just do it here on my phone, and it's very easy for you guys to see when something happens. However, as far as programming and all that goes, you're going to have to be familiar with the panel that you're working with. The video will be chaptered, so if you want to find the exact motion that you have, you can go directly to it. But we're just going to start with the 9914 and go from there. So the 9914 is your basic PIR motion detector. So the cover for it is very easy to get off. Basically, on the bottom, you'll see this little protrusion. You just kind of put your thumb on that, push it down, pull it out, and then the cover comes off. So very easy to get open. And you'll need your battery, stick it in there, and once it is plugged in, or once the battery is plugged in, give it about 30 seconds before you do anything else, just to give it time to power up and get ready to enroll. So now on the side of the battery here, down there on the circuit board, you'll see that little brown button. That is the enroll button for this device. So once you're ready, and you've given it a little bit of time, you can, if you can't fit your finger down in there, get a screwdriver or something, but push that down, and what'll happen is a yellow LED will light up over here. Now, as soon as the yellow LED lights up, oh, I should put the system into auto-learn. Sorry, that's my bad. All right, we'll try that again. Hold it down till you see the yellow LED, and then release. And then as soon as you release, it should enroll on the panel just like mine did here. But that is the 9914. It's pretty straightforward, one of the simplest motions for PowerG. But moving on, we're going to go to the 9984P and the 9974P. So I'm only going to do one of these because you use the exact same procedure. However, the way these work is they have a little flap here at the top, and that's arguably the hardest part of getting these open. You just kind of got to get your fingernail in there and pry that up. And then take a screwdriver, there's a screw in there, you just unscrew that until it is loose, and then you can take your screwdriver and kind of just wiggle these pieces apart, and then the back comes off. So with this one, same as with the 9914 and the 74, you'll just stick your battery in. You're going to wait about 30 seconds before you try to enroll it or anything. This is one of the more difficult devices to enroll, just because the prong that you have to press is that little black one down inside there. So as you can see, there's not enough room to get your finger in, so you do have to use something like a screwdriver. Now, the hard part is you have to watch the front of the device for the yellow LED. So even though I've done hundreds of these, thousands probably, I still struggle with it just because you have to press a button that you can't see and try to watch the front for the yellow LED. But anyway, you just kind of have to situate your hand where the screwdriver is sitting directly above the button, and then hold it and try to flip it over. And I actually got it while I was flipping it over, but I'll do it again just so that you guys can see the yellow LED. So get that situated. hold it, wait for the yellow LED, and then release. So, as you can see, that was not the easiest thing to do, but it is possible. If you have something better than a screwdriver, something wider that you can fit down in there, maybe something with a point, because it does have kind of a divot, that might help some. Unfortunately, all I have is this flat-headed screwdriver, so that's what I have to use. But yeah, that's all you got to do. Once that yellow LED comes up, release the button, it'll enroll, and then you can go through your programming. So if it doesn't work the first time, with any of these motions, if it doesn't work the first time, just retry it. Releasing the yellow LED at a certain time is the trick to these. So if you wait too long after the yellow LED comes on, then it won't enroll. So as soon as you see that yellow LED, release the button, and it should always enroll for you. Now, like I said, the 9974 is the exact same. The difference between these is the 9984P is a dual tech motion detector, which means it has both PIR and microwave detection, and you can set it up so that both of those have to trigger before it will actually trigger the alarm. So these are the best. The 9984P is the best detector for false alarm prevention, just because it has both of those technologies in it. Now, the 9974P is a PIR only motion. However, it is a mirror optic motion. Now, there's too many different things to go into on what a mirror optic motion prevents, but essentially, for a long time, people would try to trick motion detectors by like covering themselves with a blanket or flashing a light at it, things like that. And these mirror optic motions have a built-in technology to essentially detect through those potential deceptions that people used to try. You don't hear about that happening very often anymore, just because most motions can see through it now. But this one, like if you know that's a thing that happens in your area, people typically try to deceive motion detectors and things like that. Go with the 9974 or the 9984P, and you should be good to go. Moving on to our last detector, we have the PG9862, and this is a ceiling mount motion. So now with the ceiling mount, all you have to do to enroll it is you got to pull this battery tab. So one thing I should mention, the cover on these is quite difficult to get off if it's all the way locked on by hand. The only way I've really found to do it is kind of try and push the whole thing down, stick your finger in this little divot, and then twist left. Once it gets into the fully locked position, which you can tell by that little prong there, it is very difficult to get it open. So try not to do that before you mount it. So anyway, moving on. Once you're ready, just pull the pull tab. It'll take, I don't know, 15-20 seconds for it to boot up, but once it does, it will automatically send out the enrollment signal, and it will prompt up on the panel just like that. So these ones are very simple. However, if for some reason like your panel wasn't ready or whatever the case is, take your battery out, wait about 30 seconds, and then put it back in, and that will give it enough time to depower and everything. And as soon as it powers back up, it will send out that enrollment signal again. So just be aware of that. If you do fail with the tab, it's not the end of the world. Just pull the battery out, redo it. So anyway, that is really it for PowerG motions. As I mentioned, that one motion that I don't have, the curtain motion, is exactly the same as the 9914 and the 9984. After you put the battery in, it'll have an enrollment button. You hold that down until the yellow LED flashes. Once the yellow LED flashes, you release the button, and then you're good to go. However, hopefully for any of you out there that are struggling to get these auto-enrolled, that is how you would do it. Now, one thing I always mention when it comes to wireless sensors, it is always best to auto-enroll detectors like I did here. They do all have numbers that you can just plug in to manually enroll them. However, you will have to essentially go back through and make sure that all of them actually connect to the panel. A lot of times it'll do it automatically, but occasionally it won't. So you'll have to go around, tamper the device, trigger it, something, to get a signal sent from the device to the system. So to avoid having to, go back through your house after you mount all these and enroll them, blah, 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 do the auto-enrollment during enrollment, and that will ensure that it makes a connection to the system, and then you are good to go. Anyway, that's all I wanted to cover in this video. These are very simple devices. Like I said, these 9984 and 74 are the most difficult just because of that prong. It's kind of difficult to hold. But anyway, that's how you auto-enroll PowerG motions. If you guys have any questions, by all means, leave them down below. If you don't mind, leave a like and subscribe. Feel free to check out the rest of our videos. Like I said, we have programming videos on everything we have here. We have the IQ Pro, DSC Neo, IQ Panel 4s. We also have Honeywell, etc. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. I will catch you guys on the next one.